The forest was dark, the trees were like twisted claws, wind howled through the branches. Ava shivered.
Are you sure about this?
The looming silhouette of the old house at the end of the path did nothing to calm her nerves.
Don't worry, it's just an old house. What's the worst that could happen?
He marched ahead, his bravado a stark contrast to Ava's apprehension. Nikki, ever the adventurous one, bounced between them, her eyes sparkling with excitement.
This is going to be awesome. Think of the stories we'll have.
They walked deeper into the darkness. The house loomed closer, its windows like empty eyes watching their approach. The old house stood before them, its paint peeled. The windows were boarded up. The front door creaked open. Amir pushed the door open, its groan echoing through the stillness. The musty smell of decay hit them like a wall. Dust motes danced in the faint moonlight, filtering through cracks in the boarded windows.
See, totally safe.
Though even his voice lacked its usual confidence in the oppressive atmosphere. Ava hesitated, fear prickling at the back of her neck.
I don't know, guys. Come on, scaredy cat. Don't you want to see what secrets this place holds?
Hesitantly, Ava followed, her heart pounding against her ribs. Inside, cobwebs hung everywhere. Dust covered the furniture. The air felt heavy, filled with forgotten memories. They explored. Each room they entered was like stepping further back in time. A faded floral couch, a gramophone with a cracked horn, a child's doll lying abandoned on the floor. Each object whispered of lives once lived and now gone.
Look at this.
Nikki exclaimed from the dusty living room. She held up a tarnished silver picture frame. Its glass cracked. Amir and Ava gathered around. The picture was faded, but they could make out a young woman in a long flowing dress, her face pale and her eyes strangely intense.
She looks kind of creepy,
Amir admitted, a shiver running down his spine. The woman in the picture seemed to stare right at them. Her eyes followed their every move. Ava felt a cold shiver.
Maybe we should put that back.
Ava suggested, her voice shaky. Nikki, however, was mesmerized.
I wonder who she is. Do you think she lived here? Maybe she died here. Don't say that.
Ava hissed, but Nikki was already racing up the creaky stairs, her laughter echoing behind her. Amir shrugged, his earlier bravado returning.
She's probably just some old lady who died peacefully in her sleep. Let's go see what Nikki's found.
They followed the sound of Nikki's laughter, the portrait's intense gaze burning into their backs. A narrow staircase led down to the basement. It was dark and damp, the air smelled musty and rotten.
Nikki, where are you?
Amir called into the darkness. A soft thump, followed by a muffled curse, came from deeper in the basement.
Nikki, are you okay?
Ava asked, her voice tight with worry.
I'm fine. I found something.
They found her huddled in a corner, a dusty leather-bound book open in her lap. A single flickering light bulb cast long, dancing shadows on the basement walls.
It's a diary, and guess what? I think it belonged to the woman in the picture.
Ava, Amir and Nikki huddled together. They read the diary. The words were faded and difficult to decipher, but one sentence sent chills down their spines. The voices, sir. They won't leave me alone.
Voices? Amir's eyebrows furrowed as he reread the sentence. What voices?
Suddenly a low moan echoed through the basement. It seemed to come from the walls themselves, a mournful, drawn-out sound that sent shivers down their spines.
Ava gasped, dropping the diary. What was that?
It's just the wind, Amir said, though his voice lacked conviction.
The moan came again, louder this time, followed by a scratching sound from the far end of the basement. Terror choked Ava's voice. They backed away, bumping into something cold and solid. The basement was plunged into darkness. Screams filled the air. Then, silence. When Amir's eyes adjusted, he realized he was staring at the spot where the wall had been. But the wall was gone. So were Ava and Nikki. He was alone. The flickering light bulb sputtered and died, plunging him into absolute darkness. Blind terror seized him.
Ava! Nikki! He called out, his voice trembling.
Only the echo of his own fear answered him. Amir stumbled back, his heart pounding against his ribs. He ran towards where he thought the stairs should be. His hands met only cold, rough stone. He was trapped. Then he heard it, a whisper, barely audible, seeming to come from the very air itself.
Never have entered there alone.
The voice was cold, filled with an ancient sorrow that chilled him to the bone. Amir didn't need to be told twice. He scrambled blindly, his hands scraping against the rough stone, desperate to escape the suffocating darkness. He found the stairs, his breath catching in his throat as he stumbled up each step. He burst out of the house and into the night, not daring to look back. The forest was still dark, the wind still howled, but now every shadow seemed to whisper a warning.
Never enter alone.
Amir didn't need to be told twice. He ran, the image of the empty basement, the whispering voices, and the chilling warning forever seared into his memory. The house disappeared. Some say it was never there at all. But the forest holds its secrets close, and somewhere in the shadows the whispering walls still wait.